Ladies and gentlemen, when life feels like it's piling on, when the storms are relentless and the challenges seem insurmountable, it's easy to let negativity take over. But what if I told you that staying positive in the face of adversity isn't just possible, it's a choice that can change everything. Imagine walking through life's toughest moments with strength, clarity, and resilience, refusing to let circumstances dictate your mood or your future. In this video, I'm going to share the exact strategies that successful people use to stay grounded and positive even when life gets hard. Because the truth is, how you respond to the tough times will determine whether you just survive or whether you thrive. Stick with me. This could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Let me share something important with you, something you already know deep down. Life is not always simple. It never promised to be. In fact, it promised nothing at all, and yet it offers everything, both opportunities and challenges. Some days, everything falls into place. The sun is shining, deals are closing, and the phone rings with good news. Other days, it feels as if the world has slammed a close for business sign right in front of you. That's life. What truly matters is not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens. Anyone can smile when everything is going well, when the bank account is full and health is good. Anyone can celebrate when the crowd is cheering. But the real test of character is how you show up when the storm clouds gather. The real question isn't, will life get tough? The question is, when it does, will you still choose to remain strong? Will you choose to stay positive? Here's the truth. You can't control every event, but you can always control your attitude. You can develop a mindset so strong that even when the world seems to shake, you remain unshaken. Today, I want to provide you with practical tools, no fantasies, just real tools, to help you stay positive, focused, and powerful even when life throws its worst your way. If you're ready to stop being tossed around by every difficult day, if you're ready to build an unshakable mindset, then pay attention, because what you hear today could change everything. Let's begin by understanding one key point. Tough times are part of the process. Let's make one thing clear right from the start. Tough times are not a mistake. They're not a glitch in the system. They are part of the deal we agreed to when we arrived on this planet. Someone once asked me, why is life so hard sometimes? I replied, that's simple. If life wasn't hard, we wouldn't grow, we wouldn't stretch or dig deep enough to discover who we really are. Life is designed to include difficulty, and that's not bad news, it's good news. It's a pivot. And even if you're not good, if difficulty is your default setting, life is designed to include difficulty. And that's not bad news, it's good news. Because inside every challenge lies an opportunity, a lesson, a gift. But you can only receive that gift if you stay in the game. Now, listen closely. The soil says, give me your seed, your effort, your patience, and I'll give you a harvest. Not instantly, not tomorrow, but eventually, if you stay committed to the process. Life is the same. It offers rewards, but it requires work, especially on the hard days, not just the easy ones. Tough times are not the enemy. They are the training ground. They refine you, prepare you, and reveal strengths you never knew existed. Without winter, there's no spring. Without pressure, there's no diamond. Now, you and I have a choice. We can curse the winters, or we can learn how to bundle up and keep moving forward. We can resent the difficulties, or we can let them shape something inside us that success alone could never teach. The real question isn't, will it get tough? The answer to that is already clear. Yes. The real question is, will I become tougher than the challenges I face? Let me give you a simple way to think about it. Don't wish for things to be easier. Wish for you to be better. Don't pray for fewer problems. Pray for more skills. Don't hope for no storms. Hope for stronger wings. And here's the miracle. As you grow stronger, the problems that once seemed overwhelming begin to shrink. They start to appear manageable, like stepping stones rather than obstacles. That's the deal. That's the agreement you and I have with life. It's not designed to make us comfortable. It's designed for our growth. So the next time life pushes, push back harder. When you feel stretched, stretch further. When the winds blow, use them to lift your wings. Remember, you don't build a great life by taking the easy path. You build a great life by walking the tough path with courage, wisdom, and a positive mindset. Today, Decide this once and for all. Tough times are part of the process, and you are tougher than you think. Let's move on. Now that you understand that tough times are part of the deal, here's your next task. Protect the garden of your mind. Your mind is a garden, not a desert. It's not a machine. It's a living, breathing garden. And like any garden, if you don't tend to it, something will grow. But most of the time, it won't be good. If you plant seeds of good ideas, positive habits, and encouragement, you'll reap a good harvest. But if you're careless or lazy, weeds will grow. And be warned, weeds don't need watering. They don't need encouragement. They just appear on their own: negativity, doubt, fear, and pessimism. You don't have to ask for them. They show up on their own, on schedule, if you don't protect your mind. So the real question is, are you the gardener or are you the victim of the weeds? It all begins with what you allow into your thoughts. Input equals output. What you listen to, watch, read, and the people you associate with. All of these are seeds. Whether you realize it or not, they're planting something inside you every day. Now, you and I have a decision to make. Will we choose what gets planted, or will we let anything take root? Some people unknowingly spend hours planting negative seeds. They stay up late watching the news, filling their minds with tragedy and disaster. They gossip with complainers, listening to stories of failure and resentment. They let pessimists occupy space in their minds for free, and then wonder why their hope fades, their courage dries up, and their dreams seem buried under doubt. It's simple. The weeds have taken over. But here's the good news. You can take back control. You can pull the weeds and plant new seeds. You can become the master gardener of your mind. It starts with being intentional about what you feed your thoughts. Feed your mind with books that inspire you, not discourage you. Feed your mind with voices that lift you, not drag you down. Feed your mind with ideas that challenge you to grow, not excuses to stay small. And starve the weeds. Limit the noise. Walk away from gossip. You shut off the negativity. You tell yourself, not in my garden. Because if you don't guard the door of your mind, someone or something else will walk right in. Here's a rule to remember. Stand guard at the door of your mind, just like a security guard stands at the entrance of a bank. Inside are the valuables. And trust me, your mind, your ideas, your hope, your dreams, they're the most valuable assets you have. Treat them that way. So each morning, ask yourself, what am I allowing into my garden today? Is this thought a flower or is it a weed? Is this voice building me up or tearing me down? Tough times will come, yes. But if your mind is strong, if your spirit is pure, and if your hope is alive, then you'll weather the storm better than most. Protect your mind as you would a treasure, because it truly is. It's the richest soil you'll ever work with, and the future harvest depends on how you tend to it today. Let's keep going. Now, let's talk about something that can change everything for you. Your personal philosophy. You see, life is built on principles. Business, relationships, finances, success, they all rely on a set of laws. The question is simple. Are you operating with a strong philosophy or a weak one? What is a philosophy? It's simply what you believe about how life works. It's the set of ideas you use to make decisions, the filter through which you run every opportunity, every challenge, and every setback. Your philosophy is your foundation. And here's the truth. If the foundation is weak, the building doesn't stand for long. If the philosophy is weak, neither will your success. Sadly, most people never take the time to build their own philosophy. They inherit bits and pieces from their parents, their friends, the news and gossip. They're living by default, not by design. And then when life gets tough, when the winds blow and the storms come, they wonder why everything falls apart. It's because they never built the foundation first. They never built a strong personal philosophy. But that's not going to be you. You're going to build something better. You're going to design a philosophy that supports you when life tries to knock you down. A philosophy that says, I am responsible, I can learn, I can grow, I can change. Failure is just feedback, not final. Discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. Opportunities are everywhere if I train my eyes to see them. Today matters. Small actions repeated daily create massive results. Here's the key. You don't build a strong philosophy overnight. It's not something you can buy off the shelf. You build it the same way you build anything valuable. Brick by brick, day by day, idea. You read inspiring books, listen to wise mentors, reflect on your experiences, and upgrade your philosophy whenever you find a better way of thinking. You take what's useful, discard what's not, and continually refine, sharpen, and polish your beliefs until they're strong enough to carry you through anything. Once you build a strong philosophy, the game changes. You stop being tossed around by every setback, bad mood, or negative headline. You'll have an inner compass, a foundation that doesn't shake. When setbacks come, you'll say, I expected this, I'm ready for this. When opportunities arise, you'll say, I've been preparing for this, let's go. That's the power of a strong philosophy. So here's an assignment for you today. Sit down with a pen and paper and answer this question. What do I believe about success, about failure, about life itself? Write it down. And if you don't like the answers, then that's a good sign. It means you're ready to upgrade. You can rewrite your philosophy anytime you choose. Build it wisely, because everything else, your attitude, your results, your future, will stand or fall based on the foundation you create. Let's keep moving forward. Now, let's talk about mastering your self-talk. Here's a secret about success that many never learn. The most important conversation you'll have today is the one you have with yourself. It's not the conversation with your boss, your family, or anyone else. It's the conversation you have in the quiet moments when no one else is listening, the little voice in your head, your self-talk. And here's the big idea. You are always talking to yourself. The only question is, what are you saying? Most people let their self-talk run wild. They tell themselves things like, I can't do it. I always mess things up. I'm not good enough. They wonder why their life feels stuck. But understand this, your mind believes what you tell it most. Tell it you're a failure, and soon enough, you'll start behaving like one. Tell it you're capable, that you're growing and getting better every day, and your actions will rise to meet those words. You see, self-talk is a tool. You can use it to build yourself up, or you can use it to tear yourself down. The tool doesn't decide, you do. Let me give you a simple rule that changed my life. Never say anything to yourself you wouldn't want to become true, especially if you wouldn't say it to a child you love. Don't say it to yourself. Talk to yourself like you're someone worth coaching, someone worth encouraging, someone worth believing in, because you are. Here's the thing. Positive self-talk isn't about lying to yourself. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about reminding yourself that you're bigger than the problem. It's about saying, I may not have the answer yet, but I'm smart enough to find it. I may be struggling today, but I'm strong enough to overcome it. I may have failed, but I'm not finished. You become your own best coach instead of your worst critic. The mind is tricky. It remembers pain easily. It remembers failure quickly. You have to work harder to plant confidence. You have to work daily to cultivate belief. That's why self-talk isn't a one-time pep talk. It's a daily discipline. You build it like you build a muscle. Repetition, consistency, intention. So here's your assignment. Starting today, catch yourself when that voice in your head turns negative and answer back. If it says you're not good enough, respond with, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm making progress. If it says you'll never succeed, answer with, watch me. Talk to yourself like it matters, because it does. Your future depends on the words you repeat to yourself today. Your strength depends on it. Your dreams depend on it. Master your self-talk and you'll master your future. Let's move on. Focus on what you can control. One of the greatest lessons you can learn in life is this. You can't control everything, but you can always control something. And that's enough to change everything. Too many people waste their energy, their best energy, worrying about things they have no control over. The economy, the weather, what other people think, what other people say, or what other people do. Now listen closely. Worrying about things beyond your control is like trying to sail a ship without touching the wheel. You drift, you stress, and you get nowhere. But when you focus on what's within your control, your attitude, your effort, your decisions, your character, you suddenly become powerful. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the creator of your own future. Here's a simple truth. Life becomes lighter the moment you stop carrying what isn't yours to carry. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your patience. You can't control the storm, but you can control how well you prepare. You can't control whether the market goes up or down, but you can control your skills, your service, and your value. Focus on what's in your hands, not what's outside your reach. Now you might say, but what about real problems? What about things that affect me directly? I understand. But the solution is the same. Do what you can where you are with what you have. If you can influence something, take action. If you can't influence it, release it. Control what you feed your mind. Control the words that come out of your mouth. Control the habits you build each day. Control how you treat others. Control how you show up when it's hard. Because here's what I promise you. If you master what's inside your control, the things outside your control lose their power over you. The world can be chaotic, but you can remain calm. The economy can be unstable, but you can be steady. The people around you may be negative, but you can choose to be positive. You can be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Thermometers just reflect the temperature. Thermostats set it. Be the one who sets the temperature of your own life. Here's your assignment for today. Take out a sheet of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write what I can't control. On the right side, write what I can control. And starting today, every time your mind drifts to the left side, gently but firmly bring it back to the right side. Train yourself to spend your energy only where it counts, because energy is precious, focus is priceless, and your future depends on where you aim it. Focus on what you can control and watch your life transform. Let's continue. Choose your associations wisely now. Here's a law of life that you can take to the bank. You will become like the people you spend the most time with. If you spend your days with negative, bitter, or angry people, you will find their attitudes starting to rub off on you. Their doubt will leak into your dreams. Their bitterness will cloud your optimism. Their fear will weigh down your ambition. Association is powerful, more powerful than most people realize. When I first heard this, it shook me awake. I realized that if I wanted to change my life, I had to start by changing my circle. Now, don't misunderstand me. This isn't about judging people harshly. It's about protecting your future. It's about guarding your potential. It's about being wise, not careless. See, some people are lifters. They lift your spirits. They elevate your thinking. They raise your standards. You leave their presence better than when you arrived. Others, unfortunately, are leaners. They lean on your energy, your optimism, your kindness until you have nothing left to give. And some are worse than leaners. They're drainers. They flow away from your life. And some are worse than leaners. They're drainers. They don't just lean, they pull. They pull you down with their excuses, complaints, and small thinking. Your future is far too valuable to leave it in the hands of drainers. So here's what you need to do. Evaluate your associations. Ask yourself, who is bringing out the best in me? Once you identify the people who are pushing you to think bigger, live better, and work harder, as well as those who are pulling you down, making you smaller, and feeding your doubts, you have three choices. Dissociate, limit, or expand. Disassociate means there are some people you need to lovingly release from your life. This isn't about bitterness or anger, but wisdom. Bless them and move on. Limit means there are people you may not be able to fully cut off, but you can limit their influence. You have control over the proximity and time spent with them. Expand means you actively seek out associations that lift you. Surround yourself with people who are wiser, stronger, kinder, and sharper. Learn from them. Let their fire light yours. Growth is contagious, as is decay. If you walk with wise people, you become wise. If you walk with complainers, you become cynical. If you walk with courageous people, you become bold. If you walk with fearful people, you become hesitant. Choose wisely because your future depends on it. Now, here's an action step for you. Take an honest inventory of your top 5 associations. Write them down and ask yourself, are these people helping me grow or holding me back? Then make the necessary changes. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's essential because your associations are either watering your dreams or drying them out. Choose wisely and you'll choose a stronger, brighter future. Moving forward, let's talk about strengthening your daily disciplines. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, and failure is just a few small errors in judgment repeated over and over. The gap between success and failure isn't wide. It's formed by the small repeated decisions we make. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. However, discipline isn't always exciting. It's not glamorous, and it doesn't always feel good, but it works. When life gets tough, when challenges arise, it's your discipline that will become your anchor. Motivation fades, but discipline stays. Discipline shows up when you're tired, discouraged, and uncertain, making you do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The key is that you don't have to be extreme, but you do need consistency. You don't have to run a marathon today, but you can lace up your shoes and go for a walk. You don't have to write a whole book today, but you can write one page. You don't have to master your craft overnight, but you can practice today. Small disciplines practiced consistently lead to massive results. And the beautiful thing is that discipline gets easier over time, like a muscle. It becomes stronger the more you use it. What once felt difficult will eventually feel easy, and what once seemed impossible will become inevitable. So what are your daily disciplines right now? Are they helping you move toward the life you want, or are they quietly drifting you further away every day? In every way, you're either building your future or letting it slip away one undisciplined moment at a time. The price of discipline is always less than the price of regret. Your assignment is to choose 3 simple disciplines to commit to, no matter what. They don't have to be big. They just need to be consistent. Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading, 30 minutes of exercise, writing down your goals every morning, or speaking a word of encouragement to someone each day. Choose your 3 disciplines and start today. Feeding your spirit comes from practices that nourish your inner being, not just your intellect. Your spirit is the part of you that craves purpose, meaning, connection, and peace. It's the part of you that thrives on reflection, gratitude, compassion, and faith. Taking time for stillness, meditation, or prayer can ground you and help restore your sense of balance and peace. Giving your spirit the nourishment it needs is essential for maintaining your inner strength, especially during the challenges of life. Without feeding your spirit, even the most successful achievements can feel hollow, leaving you seeking fulfillment in all the wrong places. Your spirit thrives on positive, meaningful experiences and interactions, like being in nature, helping others, practicing kindness, and reflecting on what truly matters. It needs time for rest, time to connect with your higher purpose, and moments to recalibrate your mind and soul. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, in the constant chase for more information, skills, and achievement. But if you neglect your spirit in the process, you risk feeling disconnected, even if you're ticking off all the boxes in your life. Nourishing your spirit means taking the time to pause, to reflect on your values, your purpose, and your deeper connection to the world around you. This doesn't just improve your well-being, it enhances your resilience. When your spirit is fed, you become more centered, more grounded, and better equipped to handle the stress and difficulties that life inevitably brings. So here's your action step. Think about what feeds your spirit. Is it spending time with loved ones, connecting with nature, or practicing mindfulness? Is it helping someone in need, or simply taking time to reflect on what you're grateful for? Whatever it is, make sure to incorporate it into your daily routine. Your spirit needs nourishment just as much as your mind and body. And when you feed it, you become stronger and more capable of facing whatever comes your way. Let's keep moving forward. And remember, it's not just about what you accomplish, but about who you become along the way. But when you keep your eye on the horizon, you remind yourself that this moment, however tough, is just a small part of a much larger story. It's like a sailor navigating through a storm. Though the waves are crashing all around, the horizon is still there, guiding them. In life, the horizon represents your bigger vision, your goals, your dream. It's the belief that despite the setbacks, the challenges, and the difficulties, something greater is on the other side, waiting for you. To keep your eye on the horizon, you must constantly remind yourself of the purpose behind your actions. What are you working towards? What do you want to create in your life? When you keep that vision alive, even the darkest moments don't feel like they're the end. They feel like a part of your journey, something to learn from and grow through. This is where faith comes in. Not just faith in your abilities, but faith in the process. Faith that the seeds you're planting now will one day grow into something beautiful. Faith that even in the hardest moments, you're building something bigger than you can see at this very moment. It's that belief that no matter how long the winter feels, spring is always coming. So here's your next assignment. Spend some time today visualizing your horizon. What does your future look like when you've overcome today's challenges? What kind of life are you building for yourself, your loved ones, and the people you serve? Write it down, make it vivid, and when tough times come, and they will, remind yourself of that vision, let it fuel you, Let it push you forward and keep one eye on the horizon, no matter how rough the waters get. This is how you keep your spirit strong, how you keep your motivation alive, and how you keep moving forward with confidence and resilience. Life's toughest moments are often the ones that shape you into the person you need to be to fulfill your purpose. Keep your eyes on the horizon and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. You've reached the end of this journey, but this is just the beginning of your next chapter. Remember this, the storms will come, and life will test you in ways you can't always predict. But no matter how intense the winds may blow, you are never powerless. The strength, the wisdom, and the resilience you need are already inside you, waiting to be activated. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, for transformation, and for you to become the person you've always been capable of being. As you walk this path, keep your vision clear and your purpose anchored firmly in your heart. Remind yourself daily why you endure, why you stay positive, why you push forward. When you do, even the toughest of days will feel lighter because you'll be anchored to something far bigger than the momentary struggles. Let today be the day you take full ownership of your story, your life, your choices, your destiny. They are all in your hands. Every decision you make, every step you take shapes your future. So stand tall in the face of challenges, hold your head high, and keep your eyes on the horizon. The storm may come, but it doesn't get to define you. You do. You are the one writing your story. Your perseverance, your strength, and your unwavering commitment to your vision will carry you through. So go ahead, take what you've learned, apply it, and build a life that you can be proud of. Keep moving forward because the best is yet to come. Your journey is just beginning, and you were made for greatness. As we wrap up, remember this, life will always throw challenges your way, but it's your response that truly matters. Staying positive isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to rise above it, to find strength in the struggle, and to keep pushing forward even when it feels impossible. The next time life tests you, ask yourself, how can I use this to grow? Because when you master the art of staying positive, you'll unlock a power within yourself that nothing can take away. So take these strategies, make them your own, and watch how your perspective transforms. Life won't be any less challenging, but you will be more than ready. If you're ready to take control of your mindset and turn adversity into your greatest advantage, hit that play button. Your journey to staying positive starts